Hey guys, it's Sebastian from AskSebby, and today we are going to talk about whether it makes sense for you to get the American Express Gold card before getting the Platinum card. This falls into two different groups, and we'll run through all of the details. Before we dive into everything though, let me know down below if you are someone who likes seeing videos like this, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, otherwise YouTube won't share my video. The first group we're going to talk about are people who are already customers of American Express. For this group, it doesn't really matter which card you pick first because it doesn't really change the bonuses. Oftentimes when you're not a customer, they have targeted offers for people in order to entice them to become customers. We see this a lot with other places like shopping sites where when you're not a customer, they give you those discounts, but once you've shopped with them a few times, they don't really care as much. So if you already have an American Express card, either card is fine, doesn't really make a difference. I would recommend going to our calculators. So we have one for the Platinum card as well as the Gold card, and to make sure that the card makes sense for you in either the first year or in the long term. Ideally both. If you want a bit more detail on both of those cards, I feel like we've done quite a few different videos on that, and that's not really the purpose of this video. It's more about the opportunity cost of picking one card first before the other one. What about for people who are not customers? So for this group, this is where picking the right card first really makes a difference. The big reason is because American Express has targeted offers for the Platinum card when you are not a customer. When you don't have any American Express cards, oftentimes they will offer you 100,000 points to sign up for the Platinum card. But the moment that you become a Gold card member, Blue Cash Everyday, BCE, BCP, any other core American Express card that is issued by American Express and serviced by them, then they don't need to entice you with anything. They don't need to dangle that carrot in front of you with those 100,000 points because you're already a customer. You already have to go to their site and they can just advertise to you in that way. If you do the Gold card first, you get the Gold sign-up bonus, and then you're getting the regular offer for 60,000 points for the Platinum card. If you do the Platinum one first, you can wait for that 100K offer, 100K, and then you're still getting the same Gold offer. This means that the decision you make is effectively costing you 40,000 MR points. On one hand, you could argue 40,000 points doesn't matter, but I feel like if you're someone moving into an American Express system, points are still points. There's no reason to toss away points for no reason. If you're someone playing the cash out game and you eventually get that Schwab Platinum card, those 40,000 points are going to be worth $500 in cash. If you're someone looking to do travel, you can probably get about $800 in value, maybe $1,200 if you value those points very aggressively. For me, I think 2 cents per point is pretty fair though, so $800 in travel. Also, this is going to be through transfer partners. We did a whole video talking about how you can transfer to Virgin Atlantic to book ANA business class. If you're someone who doesn't care about that type of stuff, then I think it's harder to use American Express points. That's the logic behind it. We'll look into the math as well as some exceptions because everyone's situation is going to be different, but I think it's worth covering as well. Some people might be thinking right now that 40,000 points divided by the 4x back for dining as well as groceries that you get with the Gold card, that's only $10,000 in spend, so that's not too bad. The main thing you need to consider though is that you could put that spend on another card, so there is an opportunity cost here. I'll put the math up on the screen, but the idea is that if you compare the two situations, you're going to effectively need to spend $20,000 more for those 4x categories if you value the points back at 2 cents per point in order to make up that lost value. This is using the Uber card 4% back as the opportunity cost. If you're someone looking to cash out their points through Schwab at that 1.25 cents rate, then you're going to need to spend, doing the math, $50,000 on those 4x categories to recoup the loss of those 40,000 points. Maybe it's just me, but $50,000 is quite a bit to spend for US restaurants as well as US supermarkets. Nothing wrong with the Gold card, I think it's a good card, but just a few different things to consider given the numbers involved. If I had to go back in time and give myself advice, I would give the same advice that you should get the Platinum card first. There are a bunch of exceptions though. The obvious one is if the math works out for you, so if you're spending more than $20,000 in the next year on dining and groceries, then yeah, go for the Gold card because that's the point of no return given the math. The other major one is for people who would never otherwise get the Platinum card, so if it's not even on your radar at all, then it doesn't really make a difference because you would never have gotten it anyways. At the same time though, the counter argument for that one is if at 100,000 points you can't get value from that card, it kind of begs the question of whether Amex makes sense for you as a system, just because a lot of the value is contingent on you getting value from points. Even at that cash out rate amount at 1.25 cents per point, 100,000 points is $1,250. 550 annual fee knocks the value a bit down, but you still have those credits. Even if you discount them, even if you don't really consider them too much, you're still coming out ahead. One other group is people who don't want to have too many cards or to have to cancel cards, and they just want a good foundation that they can keep. Gold card is substantially easier to justify, so you're not left with that bad decision to make. One final reminder is that your mileage may vary. I know a lot of people out there who end up getting other cards first because they feel like they need to build history with American Express, and that's not really the case. If you are someone that wants to check if they're targeted for the 100,000 point offer, I'll leave a link to Card Match down below in the description box. Pretty easy way to support our channel if you do want to learn more. If you fall into one of the exceptions, or maybe you have your own exception where it makes more sense to get the gold card first, if you want to learn more about that card, we also have links on our site. Hopefully that was helpful, and let me know if you guys have any questions. My question for you guys is, what are your thoughts on this? I feel like it is something I've covered before, but given the advent of the gold card, it's being asked a lot more. If you are someone who's gone through that targeted offer and ended up getting 100,000 points, how long did you have to wait for it? Was it a hard process? Or did you think that it wasn't something that you would have done? Any and all thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out. If you know anyone else who benefit from what we just talked about, feel free to share the video with them because it's probably going to help them out. But otherwise, hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.